Hello, it's me, Aleks Malejs, and I am coming to you from the historical and freshly made over Alleyway Theater in downtown Buffalo. I would like to personally welcome you to ARTA Talkbacks, a series created to inform, educate, and empower ARTA members. This episode is called Stage Directions. Do you ever experience the confusion of unclear expectations or feel like practices and protocols vary greatly from theater to theater, leaving you feeling uncertain or insecure? Do you ever question or have concerns about the professional conduct of yourself or a colleague? Do you ever resort to practices that inadvertently sustain the problem rather than becoming an agent of change? Well, we'd like to introduce you to Stage Directions, ARTA's best practices for theater practitioners and producers. Stage Directions was developed to create a common language in our area around the production of theater. With such a thriving industry and so many unique venues, a shared vocabulary and a mutual understanding of best practices will elevate the quality of theater which we produce, and thus refine Western New York's artistic integrity at a state and national level. Stage Directions in its entirety is a substantial document, but don't be intimidated by its size. Each section can stand alone and can lead you to the information you're looking for. Not only does it offer suggested best practices for theater practitioners and producers, it contains glossaries that reflect our colorful and diverse community. It's stacked with functional and useful resources and provides a clear concern resolution path for producers and theater practitioners alike. In the playbill, we will discuss the players, the setting, who this document is for, where the document should be used, why it should be practiced, and the process in which it should be implemented. As William Shakespeare said, the play's the thing. We structured Stage Directions like a play. You will note that sections are broken into acts and scenes. The acts serve as a theme of a section, and the scenes are tangible chunks of material with content that flows and aligns within the theme. These are digestible sections intended to give you all of the information you need with unlimited access to any existing resources. Throughout the document, you may notice opportunities for you to click on a link to take you to a supporting best practice, an internal reference, or, in some cases, an external resource. The prologue, or Act 1, acknowledges the communities and pioneers of the work that came before us. As we developed Stage Directions, we were inspired by many other best practices documents worldwide. We did not conceive this idea, we adapted and adopted it. We'd also like to note that this is not a binding legal document. It is a set of suggested best practices to ensure safety and equality region-wide. A signed bargaining agreement with Actors Equity or IASI should and would supersede Stage Directions. Act 2 are what we like to call the non-negotiables. Equity, diversity, inclusion, accessibility, and accountability, EDIAA, are paramount to ARTA and the health and well-being of its members. We took very deliberate measures to ensure that EDIAA considerations are the threads that hold this document together. When you come across an EDIAA consideration in Stage Directions, you will see this. Also in Act 2, you will find sections about sexual harassment and bullying. In these scenes, we defer to the state and federal laws that protect people from such abuse. We also discuss communication, social media, and the recommended concern resolution path. The concern resolution path, or CRP, is a gateway to efficacy and advocacy for you and your colleagues. It is a suggested guide to handling situations gracefully and diplomatically with support. During the intermission, we have crafted a set of best practices specifically for theater practitioners. These are not laws or rules, but strong suggestions towards conduct and professionalism inside and outside of the theater. Although many of these standards may seem like common sense, drafting them in black and white provides a universal commitment to ourselves and each other. It also demonstrates to our co-creators, the producers, that we, as theater practitioners, are invested in them, our craft, and the Buffalo theater community. Acts 3 and 4 are the best practices geared more towards the producers. While we understand that many producers may already be implementing such protocols, we have mindfully framed a set of standards from pre-production through strike that will continue to guide and support producers throughout the entire production process. You will find references to auditions, contracts, safety, and mental health considerations. Act 5, the epilogue, are instructions on how to put this document into action, which includes an appendix that is filled with practical resources for both practitioners and producers, thorough glossaries, sample agreements, templates, and concern resolution forms, to name a few. While we move to depart from outdated practices and embrace new traditions and values, we may experience growing pains. Sustainable change does not occur overnight. Stage Directions is intended to be a living and breathing document. It is meant to develop and improve as time goes on. As we move into its adoption, we want to open up a conversation about what is working and what isn't, and we will gladly make adjustments accordingly. Please feel free to contact the ARTA Standards Committee directly with any questions or concerns. Also, if you'd like to support this document internally, the Standards Committee is always looking for new members. All ARTA members, not just council members, are welcome in committees. The healthy growth of ARTA depends on a vibrant and engaged membership. Let your voice be heard. On behalf of ARTA's member council and the Standards Committee, thank you to Chris Handley and the Alleyway Theater for hosting us, and thank you for participating in the first of a series of ARTA Talkbacks.